Hey everyone, Ryan Walsh here, your host of Triangle Business Spotlight. Today I'm here with Erik Timmermans. So Erik is a professional real estate investor in the North Carolina area, as well as one in Ohio. And he's awesome for this segment because we're going to be showing you a property he's working on right behind us. And Erik was giving me some insight before we even got into it of how he got 100% financing, which in today's market is incredible. So we're going to hear all about his journey of the last 10 years or so in real estate. But I don't want to talk anymore. I want to hand this over to you and let you tell the world about Erik Timmermans. So Erik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity. My name is Erik Timmermans, as was announced. I started in 2016, and the reason I started is a good friend of mine. At that point, I was working at a W-2. I was a recruiter, and a good friend of mine said, "Hey, what you should do is you should go into real estate." Funny fact is, or a fact that at that point I was on food stamps. We were getting government support, so I probably had $50 in my name. So I had to find a way, and this was actually one of the first houses that I purchased in 2000. I believe this was 2017 that I purchased this, but I had to find a way to leverage other people's money. So what I would do is I would spend an hour, 45 minutes driving from Fuquay to Raleigh every day for my W-2, and I never listened to radio. I always listened to podcasts. So I would listen to Bigger Pockets and any of those bigger podcasts out there. I would listen, I would absorb, take notes, and then, if you're already so low on the financial skill, right? You're already at the rock bottom. I just took the risk. We purchased our first property. There's a few blocks over here in Durham, and we did it with 100% financing. I went to the property with my realtor. I called up my realtor that sold me my house 3 years earlier, and I said, "Hey, I'm going into real estate investing. Can you walk with me to this house and submit an offer?" We submitted an offer for $55,000. Needless to say, I was a lot short because I had $50 in my bank account.
Yeah,
I needed 55.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
How did you do this?
So what I did is what I advise everybody is start networking in your local meetups. Like here in Raleigh, we have the TRIA, we have several other real estate meetups, and start networking there. Just become familiar with lenders, with people that have money. That's what I did. And then with my contract that I had signed, and I needed to close in 2 weeks, I went to a meetup. And during the meetup, somebody said, "Hey, I have money. I'm looking to park it somewhere." Well, funny enough, I had a contract and I needed money. So 24 hours later, I had $55,000, and that was my first project. And that's really what got the ball rolling. I purchased this one with 100% financing. I just told Ryan that we purchased this for $90,000. We sold the backlot for $60,000. Kept this as a rental. This used to be a duplex. Kept this as a rental for a long time. And then last year we decided to start flipping this property. So to split it up from a duplex into a single family. And that's basically what I do now. I have 174 rentals. And what I'm looking to do is offload some of those. And then it's a numbers game, right?
Yep.
So for the ones that it makes sense of, just flip them and sell them depending on what the numbers tell me.
Yep, following the market. So Erik, I mean, your story is bread and butter of what people in real estate dream of happening, right?
Yeah.
That you're possibly coming from nothing, but you did something, and something that you did that we always encourage people to do. Because I'm a hard money lender, and people think, "Oh, that's capital's king." I'm like, no, what's king? The deal is king.
Yeah.
And that is a perfect example of how that works, right? You can have literally nothing and come in and say, "Got a deal." Now all of a sudden money wants you, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So anybody starting, if you're starting, the key is like, people say, how do I get started? Should I help people? Yes, absolutely do that. But more importantly, find a deal. If you find the deal, people will be coming to you.
Exactly.
But anybody who's experienced, you probably know that. And either way, whether you're new or experienced, Erik is just, like I said, bread and butter, perfect example of where you want to be with real estate.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, I always tell, I do once a month, I do a free online Q&A, trying to help people. I'm part of the local, like I said, TRIA. I'm on the board. It's a non-profit organization. I'm on the board there. And what I tell people always that want to get started in real estate is, don't make it about you. It's not about you. It's about the security that you provide a lender. Hard money lenders want to say, how is my money collateralized? How do you secure my money? And if you're staying, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're staying under 75% of the new value, right? Like we're creating a new value here. This house is going to be on the market for $499. If you're creating a new value and you're staying at 70% of the new value, money will come running at you. It's right now, money is not an issue. It's finding the right deals that is the issue.
That's exactly right. There's more than enough money out there right now.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So I mean, real estate networking, TRIA. Not that we're trying to just plug TRIA, but it is a great local networking platform, right? And if you're new, it's where you want to go. If you're experienced, it's where you want to go, because it's what makes the deals connect. Whether you're trying to find a deal, or whether you're trying to sell a deal, or whether you're trying to find a contractor, attorney, lender, whatever it is, you got to go to these events, right? I mean, as a lender, after meeting somebody, it's like it immediately bumps the amount I'm willing to give you by, call it like 10%. Let's just say if I never met you, maybe I'll give you 100,000. Now that I met you, I'll give you 130,000, just like that, right?
Nice.
So
it's paying off.
Yeah. Go to these events. But anyway, let's talk about this project.
Yeah.
So you got the financing.
Yeah.
Now what? What's the next step? You got the financing. You bought the property.
Yeah.
What do you do next?
So we first kept this as a rental, and then about 2 years later. So this is still we're still owning. We're in it for $90,000 still. We haven't sold the backlot at that point. And then because we have 2 units, this property is cash flowing. So I can go from a hard money guy to a DSCR money. There's a debt service income ratio loan. So they're basically, they don't even look at your credit, although they pull a soft pull sometimes, but they look at the income of the property, and based off the income of the property and the value of the property, they're willing to give you a loan. So we got a bank loan on this, paid off the hard money guy.
Was it a local bank? How did you get that?
No, it was not a local bank. How did I run into it? It's just networking, looking at DSCR, Google DSCR loans. Yep. I got this through a bank. I believe they're out of Atlanta. But again, they didn't look at me. They looked at the deal. They looked at what is each site's renting for, and then they go off the lowest number. So if it appraises for $1 million, but you only have we had at that point $1,300 in rent coming from this property, they will base it off of the $1,300. But if your property is only worth $100,000 and you're getting $1,300 in rent, they will base it off of the $100,000.
That's right.
Then I sold the back lot, got 60,000 back from that. So we recently refinanced our entire portfolio again, meaning I have no loan on this property anymore, other than the $180,000 that we are spending on this entire rehab. So right now, there's one loan on this. It's $180,000. And again, my realtor, even in today's market, when interest rate is at 2025, rates are high in the high sixes, we still think that we can sell this for $499. We're in it for $180. So I still have that same $50 in my bank account that I had when I purchased this property.
That's awesome,
right? Then I did a refinance. Didn't cost me anything.
Yep.
I made $60,000 off the backlot, and whatever the difference is between $180 and $499 minus holding costs, realtor costs, say I walk away with $200,000 on this property using other people's money. Other people are taking a risk, and people often ask me now, it's like, because I've been in this for 8 years. So far this year alone, I've already raised close to $3 million in OPM, other people's money. And people continue to ask me, why are you using other people's money? Is I like when other lenders verify that I have a deal. I use my money elsewhere. I use my money to get projects started, but the verification that the hard money says, yes, you have a deal, still to today, being in the market for 8 years, doing hundreds of deals, I still like that verification, and I like to use other people's money. And they take the risk. I make $200,000 on a project that I never had to put my own money into.
Yeah, it's mutually beneficial. I mean, honestly, you're going to make more money than the lender in the end, but you're doing all the work, right?
Correct.
It's
Yeah.
a fair exchange in that sense. But I appreciate what you just said. Not everybody is that open to saying, hey, what do you think of this project, right? I mean, a lender, I always say, we're such a good sounding board. Like, we're here to protect our money, therefore we're protecting your money,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So it's just a team immediately, right?
Yeah. And the more you charge, the less I can offer.
Sure.
The higher the interest rate is, the less I can offer, right?
Yeah.
And just this year, this is 2025, just this year, I have pulled 13 properties off of the MLS that you could have gotten, that anybody could have gotten. And I'm using hard money, right? Like, and I just base it off the numbers. If I'm getting 14%, 15%, or 10%, I just calculate the interest rates into my loan, and based on the loan, I make an offer. And then it's up to the seller to accept it or not.
That's right. And I think people sometimes get caught up on what the lender's going to charge them. But it's not it. It's reverse engineering the numbers, make sure you're making the amount that you want to make.
Correct.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Who cares however much everyone else is making, right? In fact, the more everyone else makes, the more everyone pulls together for the next deal.
Thank you for saying that. I say that all the time. Like, the more you make off of me,
Yep.
where do you going to park your next money?
That's right. Yep. And it's just a symbiotic, mutual. Everyone does the same thing over and over.
The reason I raised almost $3 million this year is because lenders are sometimes making 20% off of me. But do I care if I make $200,000 off of their money?
Right.
I don't. So, and then the other thing I would want to say, piggyback of that, is if you're getting deals from wholesalers, or you're getting deals or you're taking it off the MLS. I have a lot of questions that people say, do you ever look what the seller is making, the wholesaler or the seller? I don't. The numbers need to work for me. I hope the numbers work for the seller, but if they're making $1 million and I still buy the deal, good for them. But if they lose money, I'm sorry, that is the part of the game. This year in 2024, I lost on a few flips. I lost some money. That seller didn't care, or that buyer didn't care that I lost money, right? It's be respectful to people and run your numbers and base it on your numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. And that wholesaler, I mean, in North Carolina, if you're following it, they might be banning, but that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
But we feel the same way of, some banks say, no, wholesalers can't make more than 5 or 10%, or we're not doing the deal. It's like, I mean, yes, it's the benefit of being privately funded is we don't care. Like you said, go make $1 million. I don't care how much. I want you to make as much money as possible, right? And bring the next one to me, that kind of thing. So
because that wholesaler now, like I bought my beach house off of a wholesaler. That wholesaler made $85,000.
Nice.
Do you think I care? I got it $200,000 under the value.
Yeah.
So, and where is that wholesaler going to send his next deal?
Yep, that's right.
It's just worry about you and only you, and be respectful and loyal to other people, and then it will come running back at you.
Yeah, I mean, you've been doing this for 8 years, which honestly, what you've done in 8 years is very impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. So anybody who's watching this, I hope you can do what Erik's doing, but if you don't, it's okay too. Okay.
That's true.
I mean, to kind of go all the way back to the beginning, a lot of people are start where you started. They listen to podcasts, reading books. Maybe they are even going to networking events, but they never quite pull the trigger. And I think, honestly, your situation almost. Have you ever heard the phrase "you burn the boats"? Meaning, there's no other option.
Correct.
Right. And I feel like you kind of put yourself there financially, whether intentionally or not. But you were there, and you said, "I either quit and do nothing, or it's it. We're winning. We're doing this." Right. And I find that people that it's real estate. There's many different ways to go. If that's not how you want to do it, that's okay. There's people that do it slow. That's okay. But if you want to be where Erik's in 8 years and you want to do it quickly, you may want to present yourself in that situation. I myself came from a corporate job, and I had to make the decision. And I said, I can stay here, or I can go full time. So I left a 6-figure job, is comfortable, and I just did it. And
good for you.
Yeah, it's another success story.
And you have a young child, so
I have 2 now. Yeah,
2. So there you go. So that is power to you.
Yeah. And likewise, right? You did it. You had your kids when you did all this. So so no excuses, right? I mean, I know people hear that all the time of like, oh, well, I have kids, I have these responsibilities. No doubt, you do. Everybody does. And Erik's evidence of, hey, don't use anything or anyone as an excuse. Go after this. Go make money.
It is scary, but you got to trust yourself.
That's right.
Like when I was on food stamps, when I was 36 years old, I told my wife, at age 40 I will retire from my W-2.
Hmm.
I was on food stamps, and I was the sole provider for my family. But at age 40, on my 40th birthday, I called up my director, who was a really good friend of mine, and he passed, unfortunately. But I called him up. I almost literally had to change my diaper, so to say it politely, because I was so scared for the step that I was taking.
Mm.
But I called up my director and said, I unfortunately are going to quit. I stayed with the company for another two more months to help them out, because they were very loyal to me, and I want to give back loyalty. It was the scariest thing I ever did, but I trusted in myself. And I went from 6 figures to multiple 6 figures the next year. Because when you're honed into something and you trust yourself, and real estate is the only thing you're doing, all of a sudden it will 6x you into the next step. So yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's kind of become a little motivational here.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
no, it's great.
We're trying to motivate people to start doing. Just start doing.
But if it's off of a real story that actually happened, you know, it's not just foo-foo. Like this is how you do it.
This
right?
how it yeah.
So Erik, I'm going to walk through this house. So we're going to get this in the video, okay? So everybody can kind of see what's going on. But I don't know how this is all going to clip together when I edit it. So Erik, how can people get a hold of you, and who should get a hold of you?
How do people get a hold of you? Thank you for the question. Great question. Is on Facebook, Erik, Erik Timmermans. So I'm on Facebook. I post every day multiple videos, multiple real estate updates. Where is the market going? What is the Fed doing? What is interest rates doing? What should we be worried about, or what shouldn't we worry about? Who should be reaching out? If you want to get started in real estate and you're looking for a resource, hit me up. But if you're a lender and you want to park your money somewhere and have a safe collateralized return, hit me up as well. I never go over 75% of the value. Right now, what we're doing is, last year in May, I announced that I was a builder. I hadn't built any project, and right now we're building 16 homes, which the average sales price is $1.3 million. So I went from low to like, whoops, I'm spending a lot of money. I went from $20,000 rehabs or $20,000 draws for my rehabs to, hey, can I have $120,000 for framing? Can I have this? So always keep challenging yourself. If you're still in the motivational speech as well, keep challenging yourself, keep growing. And in any real estate market, people are making money. I truly believe that we're on the bottom of the next real estate market. So if the deals that I'm picking up now, my profit margins are larger because there's a lot of people sitting on the sidelines. So I truly believe that this is a really good time to get your feet wet, get started, get familiar with real estate.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And honestly, the answer is it's always a good time, because if you're at the bottom of the market and you can make it work, you're going to be set for when it goes up. If you're joining when it's going up, it's going to be easier. Like there's always a good time to join.
Yeah. So the best time is in the market is time in the market.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Erik, thank you again. Thank you. Let's tour this house and get this on the video.
All right. So here we are. When this was a rental, this was a duplex. So where the new siding is, there was a door here. And if you where this one side of the door is sitting, that used to be a door. You can still see the old trim. Evidence of this being a duplex is here. You see where we took out the wall right in the middle. So straight through the middle, there was a gunshot rental here, meaning you walk into the living room and you have to walk through the bedroom to get to the kitchen. And it was the same setup over here. So let's go in. We did a big farm style doors. We took out 2 chimneys here. We created the first bedroom here. We did new windows, new insulation. And then we had to come up with a solution, because as you can see, all of these beams are now cut because there was a wall sitting here. This was a support wall. So we had to sister joist everything and come up with a solution to secure this. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep the original hardwood floors. The entire foundation has been redone. There was too much termite damage.
Now let me ask, when you proposed the budget to the lender, were you initially keeping the wood, and then so how is that covered?
You can always do a change order, right? Like right now, like I told you in the previous movie, the ARV after repair value is $499. We have no other loan on this property, but the rehab budget for 180,000. We are at below 50% of the ARV. So lenders will go up to 75% of the ARV, which means they will go up to 375 if I had to. The budget changed a little bit. I think it changed by slightly $20,000 for new flooring and foundation repair work that we didn't anticipate. Mm-hmm. But again, there's still that margin. And every time when I run my numbers, I run my cost incredibly high and my ARV low, because I rather anticipate that I'm going to make $150,000 and then get $200,000 in my bank account, rather than I'm anticipating I'm going to make $200,000 and only get $150,000 in my bank.
Yeah, what we say is it's okay to be wrong. Just be on the right side of wrong.
I love that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we created 3 bedrooms on this side with 1 bathroom here. I always want to have a bathtub in the guest bathroom, because if you have kids, you have kids. If you have kids, you like to put them in a bath. Yep. So that is the bathtub, toilet, sink in here, and then two bedrooms. Here is your living room. There's going to be an island here. There's going to be an L-shaped kitchen here, so cabinets there. So the kitchen is going to run until here. You have your refrigerator here. As you can see, of course, here is going to be your hood range and your stove, and then the kitchen is going to go that way. Let's bring into here. We did a little pantry for the kitchen here. The reason we had to put it here is because this is going to be our utility closet. So we like to make a utility closet where we can put the water heater and where we can put the washer and dryer separately. We can do stack or side by side. Here we are doing side by side, and we're going to make a folding table on top of them. And the folding tables sell really well and make it look really better. This is the 3rd bedroom or office. It's a slightly smaller than some of the other rooms, but still works as a room. I always say go by the rooms to go module, and I think rooms to go, when they set up their showroom, they do it 10 by 12. So that's the minimum you want to do, because if people go for ideas and people go to rooms to go or wherever they're going to go, they look at that model and then they can easily implement it here.
Especially now, yeah. Now, did you work with an architect on this? Because this is, more than just a fix and flip, right?
I did it myself.
You're the architect. Yeah. Very nice, very nice.
I drew this up. I can show you the picture in the video, but yeah, I drew it up. It looks amateuristic. It's just with a pencil, and this is the idea I had.
That's great.
Yeah, you get a higher ARV by adding bedrooms. So I wanted to have 4 bedrooms and 2 baths. So here we created a back door. I always like this. I don't know, but I like. Of course, now it doesn't work. But anyway, the blinds are in the door. I love that. You don't have to hang blinds on the door.
That's pretty
and you can still do privacy. Here we added French door. So this is going to be your master. As you can see, a ton of light. You wanna add light to a room because you want to make it feel bigger. We just added these windows after we did the framing, and now that the windows are in, this is the first time I'm seeing this. It looks incredible. This room looks so much bigger. So this is the master. Going to be French door off of to a back deck, so people can walk out and enjoy their morning coffee on either decks, either the front deck or the back deck.
Love it. Great.
And then here, last but not least, is your master shower bathroom. So here we have a toilet. I always like a walk-in shower for the master with a beautiful tile work. You want to have a double vanity, and they say you're selling the house always to the woman in the family. So you want to create space for clothes,
big closet.
And big closet. So this is going to be the entire walk-in closet for this project.
Awesome. Now I see we got electric, plumbing, HVAC.
Yeah.
Is HVAC in? Yeah.
Yeah, HVAC is in right there above your head.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then the unit is sitting right here above here.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So what you have to do is, as you can see, we put a 6x2 on a 4x2 because you want to create bigger space. You want to have insulation in between so that you don't hear the noise of the HVAC.
Now, this is a conversion project, which is typically a larger project than probably most people would start with. Now, are you working with Durham on this? Is to get, how are you getting the approvals and things like that?
So the reason this project has taken so long is like I had the wrong GC at first, and he was just dragging, it was not moving. So now I got with the GC I'm using for my builds as well, and now we see that things are like wrapping up. Believe it or not, but this project will be on the market on July 10th.
Okay.
So
that's about 1 month for those watching this. It's about 1 month from where you currently see it. Eric, I'm going to follow up with this now. We're going to see this in 1 month.
maybe we put a link in the video to the Zillow list.
Yeah.
So so I'll do that 1 month from here. Kitchen. Right now we're waiting on insulation approval. That's the last approval that we need to have until we file for trim out. So you do rough in.
Yep.
What you see right now is rough in, and then we file for trim out, and then we file for our CO, certificate of occupancy.
Now, is your GC handling that for you? Okay.
Yeah, so as you can see, this I just said to you, this is the first time me seeing the windows. I have a system set up, and that's why you can reach out to me. I have a system set up that I don't pay until I see pictures. So I have 3 flips in Wilmington that I have never seen, will never see, because of all the systems I have set up. So I want to see pictures before I pay you. I pay per line item. Again, it's a teamwork between you and your contractor. But I hardly get here, so that's why when I get here, I make a ton of videos, post it on my social media. But I hardly get out to the properties these days.
Now, was it always like that, or did that take you some time to establish that?
Yeah. My wife is very thankful now that I'm home more. But when when I was on food stamps, we had a 2-year-old daughter, and we got twin boys. I worked from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. at my W-2. Jumped in a car, would drive to Durham, and often would not be home until 7, 8 o'clock at night. Eat real quick by myself while my wife already put 3 youngsters in bed, and then spend another 2 hours looking for deals and analyzing deals, because the only like in any deal you do, you have 3 things: time, money, or the deal. I had time, I did not have the money, so I had to find the deals as well to continue to have money come at me. So I focus on finding deals to grow my real estate. You got to identify what in these 3 things are you missing. Are you missing time, or are you missing money, or are you missing the deal? And then hone in on that, and that's how you grow your business.
Awesome. There's so many golden nuggets that you put out there today, Eric. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Anything else you want to add in here? I mean, honestly, you've just said some incredible things today. I hope it's very inspirational for those watching this. I know it has been for me.
Thank you.
You know, when you meet somebody like you who's just crushing it, it's like just you have an aura, an energy about you. It's like, hey, anybody can do this. And you know what? You're also a really nice guy, which
thank you.
I think goes a long way in this industry. And it's all about relationships, right? And you'll eventually form what you have, the business that kind of runs itself. But getting there it's not an overnight thing, right?
It's not.
And I appreciate you sharing your story, and hopefully this helps somebody else out there.
I hope so.
And also helps you. I'm sure professionals like lines will reach out to you.
And if not, I like to be an inspiration to others. Like I think when I got started, the Lord put certain people in my life that got me, that did the same thing for me, that helped me analyze deals, that looked at deals and never got anything from me on it. So I feel it's now my time to give back. That's why I'm part of TRIA, the nonprofit. That's why I like doing this stuff. That's why I do free Q&As. If I can motivate people to chase their dreams and whatever your dream looks like, right? Like you want to stay in your W-2, but want to build a real estate portfolio, or you want to go full-time like I did, whatever your dream is, you got to take a gamble on yourself. You got to trust in yourself and just do it. So thanks for the opportunity. It's very humbling to be on your podcast.
You got it, Eric. Alrighty, thank you.
Thanks for hanging out with us on the Triangle Real Estate Business Spotlight. If you liked what you heard, do us a favor. Hit like, drop a comment, and share it with a friend. It helps us grow and keeps the conversation going. Until next time, thanks for tuning in.